Well, here we go. What I'm showing you right now is something that I received from the Idaho State Supreme Court, Appellate Court. And what this is an order. Now, what is really going on here? Corruption. That's what's going on. You know, this is my life, and I don't care if you wear a robe or not. Because you see, I'm not in front of you for anything that I've done. So you should respect me the same way that I should have to respect you. This is an order that I received from the Idaho Supreme Court that I had to respond to in regards to the filing before the Supreme Court. And since I can't really get an honest answer, as you can see through video and recordings of Steve Kingman, clerk of the Supreme Court, if you look right here, right up underneath here, it says, well, there was no, there's no reference number. Reference number none. Order of this court. Now, why would I get something like that? And it was filed September 4th of 2013. So this is still kind of fresh. Now, what did I really see in a video in 2011 that I found on the Idaho State webpage? You know, well, what did I find? I found a video that I have a feeling that would show that my suspicions and what I've been going through is really nothing. Because again, this injured worker that fought for his life for 10 minutes wasn't supposed to make it this far. And because I did, I do have all this paperwork trail. So what really happened? Would they be able to really cover up some of this real quick? Well, you know what? I don't give a shit. Do I fear a little bit? Well, you know what? I am a couple of states away, but you know what? Things can happen. But this is a filing that I got, and I responded to it. Elaine Kerr and myself drove all the way, you know, it was one of several trips from Washington to Idaho that I had to make sure that records were being filed. I thought they were being filed, and trying to find out how I can get documents, you know, presented. So I knew they weren't being altered. But what this is I'll read it to you. Now, this came from the Idaho State Supreme Court Chief Justice Roger BURDICK, or however you pronounce his last name. I'm trying. This is what he said. This is in the Supreme Court. Is this real? Is this real? Well, to me it is, because it's filed, stamped, because I filed against it, man. I put a lot of work into all this for 6 years. James Clark, claimant appellant versus Crybaby Food, LLC, employer, defendants, and Idaho State Insurance Fund, Severity, defendants, respondent. But to me, it's I don't know. Filed September 4th, 2012, the Industrial Commission. Order, Supreme Court docket number 400162012, Industrial Commission number 2008-13505. Reference number, none. Order of this court. But now, the Industrial Commission's reference number, 2008-13505. Well, what that is that's the complaint number that was given to me when I filed a complaint in regards to the Idaho State Insurance Fund fraud. Now, Joe Owen, senior legal claims examiner for the Idaho State Insurance Fund. Let me correct that. Whereas Appellant James W. Clark has filed more than 20 objections, to the original agency's records as prepared by the Industrial Commission. Whereas Appellant James W. Clark continues to file objections to the agency's records at the Industrial Commission. Hell yes. Whereas pursuant to Idaho Appellant Rule 44, I don't know, I was being told to look under Idaho Appellant Rule 32, so, I've already been being led off in the wrong direction. The court hereby enters the following order in the above entitled appeal. Now, I don't know if this is coming from the Industrial Commission or if it's coming from the Idaho Supreme Court now. Whereas pursuant to the Idaho Appellant Rule 44, this court hereby enters the following order in the above entitled appeal. It hereby is ordered that the Industrial Commission shall prepare the supplemental records as it is currently exists, shall accept no additional filings. Okay, that's what they're saying right here. Now watch this. Records, and it currently exists, and shall accept no additional filings regarding such records. The Industrial Commission shall then serve the supplemental records on the parties, and this court, in accordance with the Idaho Appellate Rule, now it's 29. The appellant James W. Clark shall then have 21 days, but back here they're telling me something different that I'm comprehending. 21 days from the date the supplemental records is served on the parties and this court to file in writing any objections to any additions to the supplemental records as prepared by the Industrial Commission. Appellant James W. Clark may only file one objection. One objection to the supplemental records in person. I live 500 miles away. The appellant James W. Clark can only file one objection to the supplemental records in person to the clerk's office at the Idaho Supreme Court. Any filings must contain an original plus 2 copies. Fax filings shall not be permitted, and no further objection requests for additions nor amend notice of appeal may be filed with either the Industrial Commission nor the Idaho Supreme Court. Now, what were they just saying back here? Respondents shall have 14 days to respond to any objections filed to appellant James W. Clark. Subsequently, the Idaho Supreme Court will review any filings regarding the supplemental records and will issue one such order. Well, what are they trying to say? Now, here we go. It further is ordered that any order by the Idaho Supreme Court regarding the appellant's records shall be final, and briefing due dates will subsequently be set, dated this 31st day of August of 2012. Now, okay, so here it is. Well, here, Roger S. BURDICK, Chief Justice. Now I'm going to tell you now, why would I have to file? Well, because this is what they did. Because I did file them. I did travel the 500 miles to Boise to file this. Because it was, because the documents that I have, that I will show you in a video. Matter of fact, I think I'll do that one here pretty quick. I have a surprise for you about a Lynn M. Luker, Idaho State legislator, who contacted the injured worker in regards to wanting to take his, because I hadn't been able to get an attorney for 2 years. And then I put something on one of those attorney web pages, and geez, who appears? Lynn M. Luker, an Idaho State legislator, who also sits on the judicial. What he did to me for in 11 months after he took my case. Is there corruption in Idaho? And I can't get nobody to stand up? I challenge anybody to prove me wrong other than a bullet. Because I have nothing to hide. I have no reason to lie. But listen to those courts. I mean, listen to those recordings of the Supreme Court clerk. And I have some emails here, also from the clerk of the court, that I'm going to kind of like put out there too, because to me, nothing's really confidential now, is it, Mr. Lynn / legislator, or Ms. Julones from the Idaho State Insurance Fund? Because you did commit fraud and wire fraud and deceit by fraud on August 1st, August 7th, and August 11th of 2008. Now, am I right or wrong, Ms. Julones and the law firm of Anderson, Julian Hall, when you lied at oral argument? Or, geez, was it a real oral argument? Even though I do have a CD of this oral argument that happened. Because again, what did Judge Burdick say in a video just in February of 2011? Just a couple of months after Lynn / legislator quits on this injured worker who almost lost his life, OSHA found him to be in 21 serious violations, and for not giving their workplace a safe place. I mean, Jesus Christ, who's really being taken advantage here? Is it because of me standing up and being straight out? If I don't stand up for myself, nobody's going to do it for me. But geez, I sure like to have a little help. Why won't nobody stand up here? This is pure ass corruption, man. I can't work no more. I mean, I've had my, my arm is, it's, I know. Anyway, come on, man, step forward. I have been clearly violated in regards to a judicial system. Why? Because I stood up to Mr. Donahue, who is the referee assigned to my case. Because when I caught these people committing fraud, I was very outspoken in my filings. But they're making them to believe, because who are you going to believe? And what do I really have? Huh? And what am I supposed to have? Any of this. I wasn't supposed to have any of this shit that I've been put through over the last, for the last every second, minute, hour, day, week, fucking month, and years that I have just wasted away of my life. On what? I'm staking now everything that hearing didn't exist. Because when I kept going to Idaho also to ask about these, well, I can't reference to them, but I did file them, and I do have documents to prove it. Why won't everybody talk to me about it? Are you that scared of legislation in Idaho? I mean, man, I'd like to challenge any of those schools out there, those colleges I hear, that take pro bonos. Shit, man, I'm already broke, man. I have to do this. At least, if anything happens, at least I know I was trying. Because look, okay, look at the videos that I've already got posted. And for you that are following, that I notice I have a few followers, step forward, man. You're following me for a reason, man. No communication, but hey, that's okay. I'll take anybody that I can get to follow and to try to post this for me. Because clearly, who I was and who I am now, I have to move forward in my life. But I can't move forward until I'm heard. I mean, I've had people that stood behind me, and now they kind of away because of a CD that didn't make sense. Well, mine don't. Mine does. Because my CD, because in Mr. Burdick's, or they said that I didn't speak about the medical records. Look at the CD. Listen to my CD. That obviously there's no way that I'm going to be able to know how to alter it. Trust me. Verifiable. Anybody around me. Because I'm having to learn all this. But I've got a CD from the Supreme Court. Straight up. Boom. 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 In relation to the fraud. Because I did have an oral argument on June 5th of 2013. But then if you listen to this video that Mr. Burdick put out in 2011 that I downloaded, you don't know my life, but you know what? It is about if I can make a living. When I fought for 10 minutes for my life while that machine was trying to suck me into it. This ain't no fairy tale story here. But if you read the fairy tale story of Mr. Donahue and the commission as a whole's fairy tale story of my life, I'm going to tell you, you better read it again and read a little bit closer. Because that definitely is not my motherfucking life. Because I'm going to stand up. And Mr. Lynn Luker, I flooded your page, didn't I? Because you see, I have nothing to hide. That's why I'm putting this out here. The only thing that's going to stop me, and that's why, I don't go outside much, but hey, why don't they bring it to an end and allow me to move forward? Miss Rachel O'Barr, who I have 152 communicated documents of us talking that you wrote down and sent to me because you guys were copying mine. Am I not right? Because that's when it all came to an end on me being able to file anything before the Supreme Court. Is because I sent that 152 pages of phone records that you office had sent to me to review. Oh my Lord. And then over time, because this isn't what I had to know to make a living, but you guys aren't even supposed to have been talking to me. And Miss Rachel O'Barr. Miss Rachel O'Barr, in your affidavits, you lied? Is that why Lynn Luker has been helping pass, changing how things are done now when you file before the commission? Now, I've sent this to Channel 2, Channel 6, Channel 8, Channel 12. Are they going to call me a liar? No, they're not. Because I have. Now, because over time, and recently I've come to realize that I've been making it, because if you look into something, because I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking into, but I'm sure the news people do, but if you look in somewhere, it's going to show that this has already taken place. So, I only wish I had my medication. I've been cut off. Why? So, Idaho State Insurance Fund, didn't have to take responsibility. Well, what's coming up next is I have some letters from Mr. Lynn Luker, attorney at law. What a story this is coming. Because again, I have to get this out. I've been trying to put this out on YouTube ever since I learned how to do it about 8-9 months ago. But, I'm not sure, man. It's hard to believe because there's corruption. And I'm sure I speak more than anybody does on YouTube about corruption. Because I'm straight out. I have nothing to hide. My videos are true. I have the documents to back my story. How about you, Mr. Lynn Luker? How about you, the Idaho State Industrial Commission, who has on your webpage that I fired an attorney? That's a straight out lie. And now I know why I have also been denied from the way that Steve Kenyon has put it in an email, that I was denied. Oh, at first, while they are depending, you all heard the video at first, but then there's been some emails in between because a lot of things happen in between. You got to know the whole story. What I've truly been put through. And I've made it. Well, I haven't made it yet because I need somebody to come forward for me. Clearly, Steve Kenyon right here in these emails. Well, from his email address or the Supreme Court docket email address. Well, who knows? But this is where I'm getting my orders from. Not through the mail or anything. A couple of them maybe, just to make it look good. So, straight out saying that what I filed in regards to their opinion before they did their rimature, because they left out some things, obviously, that I have here now, where he's also now stating that, you know, my filings to have the opinion 86 forwarded to the United States Supreme Court, and it was being reviewed. It's under review. Then I get another email where I've been denied. Why would I be denied? Clearly, Jewel Owens from the Idaho State Industrial Commission committed fraud, wire fraud on me, that I found out. And then fraud by deceit, when she was lying through their attorneys, that without Mr. Clark signing these HIPAA medical release forms, we can't get them. But they were lying, because they sent, how stupid are they? Well, I'm supposed to be stupid, obviously, but how stupid are they? They sent me to this doctor, this psychiatrist, Dr. Holt. Yeah. Okay, hi Holt. Dr. Holt did a psychiatric evaluation shortly after my accident, where I fought for 10 minutes to save my life. It took him another 40 minutes to get me out of the machine. All on paper here, all verifiable, because I haven't lied or lied about. But it is overwhelming, because I lost track of where I was. But you know, that happens to me all the time, but it comes to me. It comes back. But hey, you just gotta fucking know what I've been through, and I want to just get on with my life. I found my kids, 2 of my kids, that I've been looking 15 years for, just a few weeks before this happened. Is there a God? Well, he still put me through some stuff, but, and what I've been through over my lifetime. But you know what? I'm not here because I'm a quitter, because I've made it through my lifetime. And if anything happened to me now, at least I know that I could be proud of what I was doing. I was fighting corruption in there in Idaho for what I am entitled to, because they don't want to pay me no money. Even though my company was found to be in 21 serious violations, and because I stood up to Mr. Donahue, who is an attorney too, who's just appointed there as a commissioner. I mean, as somebody to referee. So now he's a judge, I guess is how it works. I don't know, because government wasn't what I had to know to make a living. This is what it's about, because I didn't know how to make a living other than the way that I knew how. But you see, I was able to do verifiable documents to show, even though my attorney, Lynn, yeah, wouldn't help me get, but I had to go out and get it myself. But that's okay. But instead of only being able to prove just a little, because I can't remember everything, I was pretty well fucked up already, man. I'm still trying to comprehend what's happening here, and I can't work. But you know, I think my counselor Jay Wickham over there at LifeWay is pretty proud of me right now, and Mr. Steinberg, bless his heart, and Dr. Hansen, who did help pay for medications for me, but the state insurance fund is lying in the paperwork stating that they never denied me. Well, let's get my doctors on the stand. That, of course, again, when Lynn Luker had my case for only 11 months, after I fought for 2 years of the fraud that they had committed, and then what he did in 11 months, and then quits, and then still gets paid, even in the manner that he did. More to come. I gotta let this one go, because I'm starting to, yeah. So you see, help me get out there. This has been 6 years of my life. I found my kids just shortly here. That's what's, and isn't that right, Miss Rachel O'Barr? Because I just finally was able to move over here a year ago, because they hadn't done their findings of facts and conclusions of the law yet 11 months earlier. So I thought I'd move forward over here to be with my kids and get to know them, because my daughter was 5, my two sons were 2, until just a few weeks before this happened. 2 of them came into my life. So No, I did try to move over here a year ago. And when I did, 3 days later, I get their findings of fact and conclusions of law in the mail. Imagine that. So I sat over there for a year waiting for it. Again, why? Yeah, why? Why did I wait for those seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years? What was that all involved in that I could have spent with my kids and my grandkids now? I have grandkids. I still want to thank you all who are following for watching my videos, man, because they're true. It may take me a couple of days to get one on, and because of what I got, but I just don't know where I'm at right now because of what's happened here. With how I've gotten the remitter, I've gotten all this shit stuff, and it's not making sense, guys. Why don't somebody come and help me and prove me wrong? If one person can come over here and prove what I'm saying, if any of it is wrong, I will stop doing this. Lynn Luker, are you hearing me? I do have a complaint there with the Idaho State Bar. Oh, is that supposed to be confidential? Oh, I'm sorry. Or is it the stuff that's in the paperwork supposed to be confidential? Since I also have spoken with a lady in regards to Lynn Luker. So, Lynn Luker, you are a 3-time quitter. And you're going to run for re-election next year? Like I said, I think I should come over and help you get re-elected on the common sense law. Common sense, Mr. Luker. Common sense. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to work these damn things still. But, isn't what I hadn't known to make a living now.